The only constant in the mirrorless camera world is change, and the last year has seen more of it than ever. Tons of new models have come out from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and others, promising, as ever, improved performance, autofocus, and video specs. That's good news for gift givers, as there's more choice than ever and better deals on past models too. It's a huge task to stay on top of all the new developments though, so luckily we're here to help. In our 2022 guide, we'll get you up to speed on the most interesting new models and the latest camera technology. With that information in hand, you should be able to find the perfect camera for that special someone. If you're new to the camera world, take a look at our upscaled deep dive on mirrorless and DSLR technology at the link in the description below. First, we'll talk about what to look for in a mirrorless camera, starting with the sensor. The biggest size most people will consider is full frame, with models available from Sony, Nikon, Canon, and Panasonic. The same size as 35mm film, full-frame sensors deliver the best image quality, low light capability, and background blur, aka bokeh. While that's all great, the cameras and lenses are also more expensive, plus focus can be tricky to nail. One step down from that is APS-C, available on Fujifilm, Sony, Nikon, and Canon models. Most of those are cheaper than full-frame cameras, but still offer nice bokeh, solid low-light shooting capabilities, and relatively high resolution. The sensor size is the same as most professional movie cameras, so they're equally competent for 4K video. Finally, the smallest sensor you'll see on mirrorless cameras is Micro Four Thirds, used by Panasonic and Olympus. You drop a further step in bokeh and low light capability, but the cameras and lenses are generally smaller, lighter, and cheaper. Because of that, Micro Four Thirds cameras are popular for wildlife shooting. Video focus is the easiest to control, but it's harder to blur the background. Another key factor is resolution. High-resolution cameras designed to shoot detailed portrait or landscape scenes aren't ideal for sports shooting and tend to be costly. One of the lowest resolution models, Sony's a7S III, is designed to shoot video and low-light scenes, but doesn't give you a lot of detail. Even cameras that have roughly the same specs can deliver different results due to the color science, type of sensor, and other factors. To that end, I'd suggest checking sample photos to see which ones you like best. Another key factor that may be important to your giftee is handling. Some cameras, like the Fujifilm X-T4, use a lot of dials and buttons, while others, like the Sony a6600, make you dive into menus. And if your gift recipient is shooting sports with a long lens, they'll likely want a big, comfortable grip. And if your loved one wants to shoot sports or wildlife, you'll need burst speeds of at least 10 frames per second, and preferably more, plus autofocus is crucial. Phase detect or hybrid autofocus is best, but it also depends on processing speeds. Sony and Canon lead the way here, with Nikon and Fujifilm close behind. Panasonic, with contrast detect AF only, brings up the rear. For budding directors, video is everything. You'll definitely want a model with at least 4K at 30 or even 60 frames per second. Other models offer even higher resolution up to 8K. For the most professional results, consider a camera with 10-bit capability. Another important factor for video and low-light shooting is in-body stabilization, and for vloggers, you'll want a rear display that flips around. Other factors to weigh include the electronic viewfinder, memory card slots, lens selection, battery life, ports, and wireless connectivity. And finally, price is of course a factor. Like other electronic devices, cameras have unfortunately gone up in price over the last few years. Our research shows deals are still to be found though, even on recent models, so we'll highlight those as best we can. With all that information in mind, let's take a look at our top gift ideas for a camera in 2022. Smartphones have cannibalized the low-end camera market, so any mirrorless model under $1,000 is now a budget model. The best choice is Canon's $980 EOS R10. It offers a 24-megapixel APS-C sensor, excellent autofocus, a flip-out display, fast 23 frame per second shooting speeds, and 10-bit 4K video at up to 60 frames per second. The one minus is a lack of in-body stabilization. If that's still outside your budget, I'd recommend Sony's a6100. For just $750, it offers fast shooting speeds, good low-light performance, and sharp 4K video. It even has a flip-up screen for vloggers. The downsides are bad rolling shutter and a low-resolution electronic viewfinder. And finally, for any vloggers, Sony's $700 ZV-E10 is a solid pick. It offers a flip-out display, sharp 4K 30p video, a high-quality built-in microphone, and Sony's excellent hybrid autofocus. Next, we'll move up to cameras under $1,750. My top pick in that price range is Fujifilm's $1,700 X-T4, which excels for both video and photos. You can grab 26 megapixel images at up to 20 frames per second, or shoot 10-bit 4K 60 frame per second video and benefit from in-body stabilization for both. It has nice handling with plenty of mechanical dials and buttons. If your loved one has their heart set on a full-frame camera, the best one in this price range is still Nikon's $1,400 Z5. It offers 24 megapixel image quality with excellent high ISO performance for low light shooting. It also comes with built-in stabilization to smooth out shots. 4K video is available at up to 30 frames per second, though there's a 1.7 times crop. A few other cameras in this price range merit an honorable mention, particularly Panasonic's $1,500 Micro Four Thirds GH5 II. It's one of the best cameras for vlogging thanks to very high quality video and built-in stabilization. Other options include Sony's $1,600 A7C, a very compact 24.2 megapixel full-frame model. And don't forget the Sony A7 III, currently on sale for $1,700. Next, we'll look at models under $2,500. The top pick there is Sony's $2,498 A7 IV. It'd please any photographer for Christmas thanks to the higher 33 megapixel resolution along with 4K at up to 60 frames per second with 10-bit quality. Autofocus is incredible for both video and stills, and it comes with in-body stabilization. I'd also recommend Canon's EOS R6. It delivers outstanding image quality with the company's dual-pixel autofocus that's responsive and quick. It does video equally well, offering 4K 60p 10-bit footage and a class-leading 8 stops of shake reduction. The downside is overheating that affects recording longer than 30 minutes. Dropping down a bit in price, check out Fujifilm's new $2,000 X-H2. It has a host of incredible specs, including a 40 megapixel APS-C sensor, 7 stops of image stabilization, and 8K 30p 10-bit video. Other good choices include Fujifilm's $2,498 X-H2S, which is not only one of the fastest shooting APS-C cameras, but one of the best for video. Also take a look at Panasonic's new $2,200 GH6, Nikon's $2,000 Z6 II, and the OM System OM1, a fast Micro Four Thirds camera that's ideal for shooting wildlife. And if the sky's the limit in price, my top pick is Nikon Z9. It offers an unbeatable blend of speed, resolution, and 8K video shooting for $5,500. Sony's $6,500 50 megapixel A1 is also a strong choice, despite the lack of a flip-out display. And Canon's $6,000 EOS R3 is equally capable at sports photography and video, offering 30 frame per second shooting speeds plus 6K raw video. Other, slightly cheaper options include Canon's $3,900 45 megapixel EOS R5, which has amazing photo chops and 8K video, hobbled only by overheating issues. Sony's $3,500 A7S III is one of the best mirrorless cameras for video, though I wouldn't recommend it for photos. And the reverse is true for Sony's 61 megapixel A7 R4A, which takes sharp photos but isn't the best choice for video. Finally, the ultimate mirrorless camera for video is Panasonic's $4,000 Netflix-approved S1H with up to 6K raw video. And for portrait shooters that want the highest resolution possible, Fujifilm's $6,000 102 megapixel medium format GFX100S may be at the top of your friend or family member's wish list. You're now on top of all the latest cameras, but there's even more detail in our holiday gift guide, so check it out at Engadget.com. And you can find hands-on reviews of every model mentioned here. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe so you don't miss the arrival of any new cameras before the holidays.